when we think about what's some of the key dance principles that you can port into Ochos, there's some for followers, some for leaders. For followers, the real risk, horrible risk, once again, is disconnecting the top and the bottom. That there's this idea that, oh, I need to pivot. And now, if someone were to look at me, who is this person? This person is someone who's very uncomfortable. Maybe they have indigestion or something like that. And you don't want to be, oh, I have indigestion when I'm dancing tango, that it looks this way. And so the question is, well, why do I look so uncomfortable when I do this? And well, there's this weird distortion in my shoulder. There's this over-rotation in my waist. Oh, my shoulder doesn't need to be uncomfortable. And the rotation doesn't have to only come from my waist. And now I look like a comfortable person rather than an uncomfortable one. So this pivot then, you want to think your whole body is involved in the pivot. Yes, there's your hands. There's through your back, through your waist. And then that lets you pivot in a comfortable way. And so really learning how to pivot and feel like not one segment isn't doing too much of the work. So then once again right here, I feel this twist through the whole thing, and you can feel your whole spine like a coiled serpent, you could call it. And then your shoulders are relaxed. They don't have to work too hard. And then that way that the different pieces of the spine correspond, I'm going to call the mapping within the spine of the pivot. So that's for the followers. For the leaders, once again, this pivot should come primarily from your let's call it hips, center, low back, all of this area, rather than coming from this area. And so you'll hear so many people when they're beginners, they lead the pivot from the arms. And then they get a little better, or maybe they have a teacher who says, well, you lead it from your chest. And then you get this, which is my chest moving my arms? Yes, but it's still too much. And you notice my waist, my hips actually are not moving at all. I used to think that was an ideal way, but I've since changed. And then you could say, well, I'll move it lower, and now it's in my center. This is better, much better. But it's in my center with my hips not helping. And now you can say, watch the hips. And the hip, the center and the hip together can move the body. And then that makes it like a Mack truck, something in low gear, powerful. And that's what you want your father to say. Oh, yes, Bob, he's powerful.